Okay, let's have a look at another way of making selections. And this time we will be making selections based on an object color. So if we go to select and then color range, we can click on different colors in the frame to make the color basis for the selection. So if we push the fuzziness slider, we will start to select more and more of the color. So our selection kind of reaches farther and farther from the point that we clicked on. When I push this, you can see that now that the orange is being selected too, because orange has lots of red in it. So if I set this like this, I can also add a little bit more to the selection by using this eyedropper. So I can click and drag and select more colors in here. It's not important if we select a little bit orange at this stage, because as we saw in the previous video, you can actually fix this mask. So let's see, if we click OK, like this, and then go to the adjustments and then hue saturation, click onto the mask, option click. Okay, so to get rid of the orange, so if you want to just concentrate on the red, you can use the polygonal lasso tool, for example, like this. Select this part of the mask, like that. And then, if you press Command Backspace, you fill with the background color. If you press Option Backspace, you fill with foreground color. So I want this to be hidden, so I'm going to press Command Backspace. And I very easily fix this mask. So Command D. If I zoom in, let's see all the details. So again, I can use the polygonal lasso like this, and fill this with white. So Option Backspace, because white is the foreground color. I can fix this as well, like this. Option Backspace. Like this. And then again, Option Backspace. I can see a little bit of a line left here. So if I use a brush, I could actually paint with black. Click here, Option click there, go down like this, like this. And like this. So my mask is much tidier now. I option click on the mask and then I go to the hue saturation adjustment layer, and now I can tweak the hue of this thread. So I can make it a little bit more orange or a little bit more purple. I can change the lightness like this and the saturation as well, like this. Okay, so let's try to do this one more time. So I go to the select and then color range, and then I can click on a color. I can also choose where it says selection preview, I can choose to see this on a white backdrop like this. So when I change the fuzziness, this shows me how much of the other colors are being selected. So again, I can add to this selection like this. And like that. Okay, so this is fine. I can get rid of it. If I click OK, and then again make an adjustment layer, hue saturation, click onto the mask, option click onto the mask, like this. I can use the polygonal lasso. Now I'm going to select the blue pen, like this, and then press Command-Shift-I to invert this selection. And then, because I want this to be black, everything else to be black, I fill with the foreground color, and the foreground color is now black. So to fill with the foreground color, I press Option Backspace. Command T, turn the mask back on, and now I can change the hue of this pen. Maybe like this. Okay, let's have a look at another example. So in this image, again, we can go to Select, Color Range, and maybe click onto these. Let's start with the blues. And then I want to untick localized color clusters, because if I have this ticked on, Photoshop is going to try to select, depending on the fuzziness level, pixels that are close to the area that I clicked on. If I untick, then it looks onto the whole canvas and looks for this color everywhere else. So like this. And then maybe I can add this bit. Oops, no. Okay, so let me accept this. Click OK. And then make an adjustment, layer, hue saturation. And then again, I can change the hue of this color. If I click onto the mask, I can maybe use the brush tool and just get rid of this bit on top, like this. Option click again. Select the adjustment layer itself, because if we try to make another color range selection when the mask is selected, we would overwrite that mask. So color range again, and this time we'll click on to these reds and oranges like this. Let's try this. So another hue saturation adjustment layer. And then we can change these like that. So this is the before and after. You can also go to select color range, and then, for example, you can choose to select all the reds, or there are no greens, cyans, blues, yellows, etc. And we can do the same here. So if you go to select, color range, again, we can sample something. So we'll sample this carpet and then add to the selection like this. You can see that there are bits of other stuff being selected at the same time, but that's fine because we can fix this later on. Okay, I think this is good. Then I click OK and go to the adjustments, hue saturation, and then I'm going to fix this mask first. Option click. I will use the polygonal lasso. Like this. Then now I need to go like this. And close this selection and then invert it by pressing Command Shift I. And then again, black is now the background color. So I will press Command Backspace and Command D to deselect, Option click, and now I can adjust this layer like this. And this is the before and after.